Now let's take a look at the heart of any production switcher, the touchscreen menu system. The 8000G uses the ultra-fast and ultra-reliable Linux operating system. Let's take a look at how this works. Over here we have the top menu buttons. These allow you to select major categories like ME1, aux buses, digital effects, snapshots, file-based things. The touchscreen obviously changes as you change the menus. So let's take a look at how we navigate this thing. A lot of users of the 8000 kind of call this surfing the Sony U, or surfing the U. Over on the left-hand side, you have major categories. So for instance, on ME1, I have key 1, key 2, key 3, key 4. And as I change these, the choices on the bottoms change. So for instance, key 1, I have key type, key edge, main mask, etc., etc. And I change down here to miscellaneous, and it changes to transition video process. So once I've selected this, I change one of these, and over on the side, now coming up the other side of the U, I can adjust clip, gain, density, and filter. Now these knobs are velocity sensitive. So if I move the knob very slowly, I can have very, very fine detail. If I move it fast, it'll go from one end to the other. Knowing what to select is actually quite easy on this menu. Inside this bracket are kind of like radio buttons. For instance, only one can be active at one time. So for instance, I can select a linear key, but I can't select a luminance and linear key simultaneously. But outside the bracket, I can select clean mode or key position at the same time. Now notice here between these two buttons, I have linear and key position, and one of them keeps changing green every time I toggle it. This is really easy. The green indicates what the knobs are assigned to. So for instance, when I have linear selected, it's now letting me adjust the clip gain and density and all the knobs over here. When I hit key position becomes active, and I can change the H phase, the left, or just the right of any kind of a key. The reason they change between orange and green is that linear is still active, but the knobs aren't active. So here I can see that key position is turned on, the knobs are active, but also the linear is still active. Any buttons that have no light inside of them, so to speak, is a submenu button. If I press this, it will now take me to a different submenu. And in this case, it took me to the key priority selection. Now I have a couple of ways to get back once I've gone into a submenu or I've navigated someplace else. The easiest way is to hit the previous button, which is down here in the corner. Or up here, just like a standard web browser, I can go back. In fact, I can keep going back and back and back and back to every keystroke that I hit on the menu, all through it, and then forward again. It makes it kind of nice if I've changed one thing and then decide I got to go back to change something else, or I need to toggle between changing two parameters. So we've gone back now to the previous menu I'm on. See this area up on the top? It's a status display. It's showing me pretty much everything about ME1. So I can see up here that the key type is linear, the clip gain and density values. I can see what my edge is. I can see what the fill and the source are, and all sorts of other things like the mask, whether it's turned on and what position it's in, if it's there. As you can see, 4 of these squares have an orange outline to them. And what this is telling me is on the status display, the portions that are highlighted in orange are what I can control from this one single menu. So you can see here that I can control the key type, I can control clip gain and density, and I can control the fill and source. Let's go over and try to change something. Now I want to change and turn a mask on. Now I can either go down here and select mask, and I can come over and turn mask on, and I have my adjustments for top, left, right, and bottom. Or, let's go back to this menu real quick. Instead of having to know where I want to go and what menu it goes to, I can actually just touch the status area. If I touch it, it'll automatically take me to the proper place to adjust my mask. So it makes it really easy to be able to navigate the menu without having to remember exactly what button to press, where. Just touch the screen and it will take you back to adjust what you need. So let's talk about a couple of other places on the menu. First off, up in this corner right here, it tells me what menu I'm on. So it says right now I'm on the Effect menu, and I'm talking about Master Timelines and the Store menu. If I go back to ME1, it's going to say ME1 Key 1 Type. If I hit Miscellaneous, it'll tell me I'm on ME1 Miscellaneous and the Key Priority. Let's go back to the Effect menu momentarily. On certain menus, if I actually touch this area, it comes up with a special display. For instance, this menu shows me the status of the entire memory of all effects in the switcher. Up in the upper right-hand corner, I have the ability to see a mini timeline without actually seeing the graphics of all the data I need to see when I'm building an effect. So over here, it's showing me I'm on effect number 38 on ME1. I have keyframe 1 of 2. I have 498 free keyframes, and I'm at 1 hour time code, which means that basically the beginning of the effect.